Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome your MC for today's lunch, Dunstan McCauley.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2024-25 Society Year Presidents Luncheon at the ASHRAE Winter Conference. My name is Dunstan McCauley, and it is my pleasure to serve as your MC for the afternoon. This session is being live streamed so that virtual attendees may join live at this event. Let's start our luncheon by introducing our current executive committee and our Yay Leadership U participants. When your name is called, please stand. ASHRAE President Dennis Knight. President-elect Bill McQuaid. Treasurer Sarah Maston. Vice President Devin Abalon. Vice President Kenneth Falk. Vice President Wade Conlon. Vice President Chandra Shaker. And Executive Vice President and Secretary Jeff Littleton. Leadership U is a program in which 4 Yay members are selected to be matched with society officers at the ASHRAE Winter and Annual Conference and participate in all of the officers' events, board meetings, and social activities. The goal of Leadership U is to provide current Yay leaders with the opportunity to develop their knowledge and inspire their continued ASHRAE leadership. Leadership U participants this year are Erica Powell, Southern Piedmont Chapter, Region 4. Aaron Besseling, Hamilton Chapter, Region 2. Patrick Ryan, Central Illinois Chapter, Region 6. Joel Deddens, Louisville Chapter, Region 7. Given that this is the President's Luncheon, I would like to take a moment to recognize our presidential members joining us today. Can all presidential members please stand or raise your hand? And now, ASHRAE President Dennis Knight will make some special recognitions.
There we go. All right. Thank you, Dunstan. Appreciate it. Yep. We want to take a moment to reflect on the life and legacy of our 2 presidential members who passed away in recent months. 2011, 2012 ASHRAE presidential member Ron Jarnagans. Presidential theme, Sustaining ASHRAE Through Leadership, emphasized how ASHRAE fostered a culture of innovation, collaboration, and mentorship to ensure the Society's long-term success. Ron was known for his approachable and inclusive leadership style, inspiring both seasoned professionals and emerging leaders to work together. 1995-1996 ASHRAE presidential member Dick Hayter's presidential theme, Sharing the Vision, set the stage for where our society was headed at its 2nd century mark, and under his guidance, ASHRAE made significant strides in advancing industry standards, improving building systems, and promoting sustainability. Dick was a member and friend to countless individuals within ASHRAE, and his passion for the society and its mission were matched only by his kindness and generosity. During yesterday's board meeting, 2 resolutions were passed to honor and express our heartfelt condolences on the passing of these remarkable leaders. Formal presentations of the resolutions have been made to their families, with copies preserved in the board's official records. Their enduring legacies will continue to inspire us and serve as a guiding force as we carry forward the work they so proudly influenced. Now, at this time, I would like to recognize Bogarm Sethi, whose given and pledged contributions to ASHRAE surpassed $1 million this society year. Bogey's most recent gift to the ASHRAE Foundation is an endowment to support ASHRAE student branches. Please welcome Bogarm, or Bogey, and Bharti Sethi to the stage. All right. Next, I would like to recognize ASHRAE Presidential Member Tom Phoenix. Please join me in thanking Tom for establishing the Thomas H. Phoenix Engineering Scholarship Fund of $100,000 this society year to help support the education of future engineers. Please welcome Tom and Becky Phoenix to the stage.
Thanks, Dennis. I started working with Margaret Smith, staff member, on this late last summer, and she only told me Saturday that we had to stand up and make some remarks here. I've been a member of ASHRAE my entire career, and from the moment my local chapter made me chapter treasurer, ASHRAE has been one of the biggest parts of my whole life. Just ask this young lady right here. I've learned a lot. I've really advanced my career because of ASHRAE, and I can now honestly say that some of my best friends are folks that I met here at ASHRAE. So we wanted to give something back. The question then becomes, how do you want to do that? So I had to think about that a little bit. I was born and raised, did all my career in the state of North Carolina, which is part of Region 4. And Region 4, in addition to providing you guys for the last 10 society presidents, has been very generous in their donations and their contributions to the foundation and to ASHRAE. Currently, there are 4 endowed scholarships that take care of the students in Region 4. So in some ways, I didn't want to do the same thing. You know, I didn't want to just be another Me Too. But, you know, some of you know, since I sort of semi-retired from my long career in the architecture engineering business, I have been teaching school at our local university, teaching HVAC engineering. So it just made sense to do the same thing and set up another scholarship. This week, I've attended at least 2 meetings where I listened to conversations about how we are losing our consulting engineers, how are we going to attract more consulting engineers to our business. And I can tell you how you start that process. You start it by hooking the students when they're in school and taking care of our students and leading them into our industry. So I hope this contribution that Becky and I are making will help with that process. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Next, I'd like to ask Jim and Nancy Fields to the stage. Jim and Nancy have generously established a new fund with the ASHRAE Foundation, the Professional Engineering and Technology Development Fund, of $100,000.
Now? Yeah. Wow, I've been to a lot of these luncheons before, and this is surely one of the best ones ever. Mainly because I'm going to get a really nice trophy, and I'm with a lot of friends. Nancy and I are extremely pleased to establish this Jim and Nancy Fields Professional Engineering and Technology Development Fund. Soon after joining ASHRAE in 1987, I became a chapter volunteer and began raising funds for ASHRAE research promotion, and my RP fundraising career has never ended. Even today, I'm raising money for the chapter's regional conference that's going to be in Greensboro this fall, and anybody that wants to give me a donation, I'm good for that. As a fundraiser, I was promoted to the RVC for Region 4 RP, then I was the Society RP chair. Then later I became a director at large for the board of directors, and I also served XCOM as the vice president. In the past few years, I've been on the ASHRAE Foundation, serving 3 years as foundation chair. During this time, my wife Nancy and I would watch from the Presidential Luncheon crowd as other people stepped up to make endowed gifts to the foundation. I'd go, "Hey, honey, what do you think? You want to make one of those one day?" And she said, yeah, she wants to do an endowed contribution, so God bless her. The ability to establish this Professional Engineering and Technology Development Fund was a perfect fit for Nancy and me, as we wanted our endowment to support ASHRAE and its mission in a meaningful and impactful way. Education for engineers will advance ASHRAE's mission for improvement by better designs, and new technologies will be needed for ASHRAE to face the engineering challenges of the future. Another feature that we liked about this fund is it's open to others to want to contribute to it as well and would like to make their own contributions. Me, I think that's a good feature because that allows the fund to stay viable and last a long, long time. And finally, I want to acknowledge the love and support of my wife, Nancy, and my daughters, Amanda and Sandra, and my grandson, Ben. Nancy's been my rock and my greatest cheerleader throughout my life. This accomplishment today would not have been possible without her unwavering love and belief in me.
That's right. Jim has always been a family man. He's been close to his and my immediate family and clans, and he has always been a big fan of the ASHRAE family. The biannual meetings have been a reunion of sorts, and he relishes reconnecting with his colleagues. And this endowment is meant to assist future ASHRAE members to achieve and carry on.
Let's go.
Presidential member Ron Valort is not with us today, but we would like to ask his son, Jim Valort, to come up and say a few words on behalf of his father, who this year donated $200,000 to create the Ronald P. Valort Engineering Scholarship.
Wow. Well, it's a great honor and privilege for me to stand in front of you today and represent my dad. My father's always, loved math, problem solving, so his choice to be a mechanical engineer was a natural fit. His involvement with ASHRAE was a little unique. He was taking a refrigeration course from Professor Will Stecker at the University of Illinois, and the textbook was almost $100 for that class. That was a lot for a first-generation college student. But ASHRAE was there. Professor Stecker mentioned, if you sign up as a student member, you can get the book really cheap. So there was some membership promotion there, and that was the beginning of his career in ASHRAE. Over 50 years working in ASHRAE engineering and refrigeration as his specialty. As president of ASHRAE, his theme was refrigeration, technology for survival. Was stressing the importance of refrigeration in the cold chain for refrigeration and food. He gave many presentations and workshops on refrigeration in the cold chain where he proudly represented the R in ASHRAE. He also visited many underdeveloped countries where sometimes as much as 75% of the crops were lost to spoilage due to poor refrigeration. This brought him great joy in seeing how he could help make the world a better place. In my father's career, he was always thankful for that solid education he received at the University of Illinois. None of his professional achievements in ASHRAE or professionally would have occurred without that bachelor's and master's in mechanical engineering, which is why he thought an endowment scholarship was the best way he could give back. While my father worked on hundreds of projects, a few notable ones stood out that he wanted me to mention. The first building using ice storage in Chicago, a unique design for dry sausage plants for Swift & Company, using desiccants and controlled laminar flow that revolutionized dry sausage, and then leading the American contingency to produce the first McDonald's processing facility in Russia. When my dad asked my brother and I, what about doing an endowment, he kind of said, well, I'm giving away your money, so what do you guys think about it? So my brother and I said, this has been one of your greatest joys in life. We support it 100%. So for all those second-generation people out there, don't get in the way of your parents living their dreams. So this gives him an opportunity to support, and we now have kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, my dad, but everybody's future generation. These scholarships will allow us to help make it a better place. But again, it's an incredible honor to stand in front of so many of my parents' friends. He wishes he was here, and we're looking forward to many, many years with ASHRAE together. Thank you.
Just this morning, during the foundation meeting, Presidential Member Gordon Holness and a mentor and role model to me, made a remarkable contribution of $1 million to establish the Gordon Holness Presidential Fund. This substantial contribution will provide $50,000 in grant funding for chapter-led projects and initiatives in perpetuity. This extraordinary gift ensures lasting support for innovative projects and initiatives, making a meaningful impact on ASHRAE's ability to address the critical challenges and advance the built environment for generations to come. Please welcome Gordon to the stage.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's great to see so many familiar faces in here. I want you to bear with me for a few minutes because you recognize by the recent awards you've just seen how much ASHRAE has meant. Bear with me. As ASHRAE has meant to these individuals as much as it meant to me. So I'm going to ask you to bear with me for a second because I have to tell you a story. 5 years ago, I stood on this stage in 2020 and proclaimed that you were looking at a very lucky man. Lucky in love with my darling wife, Audrey, and lucky in my career. I still, to this day, feel truly blessed. For those who don't know me, I was born and raised in England and received my engineering degree in 1963 from the National College in London through the IHVE. Today you know IHVE as SIPSI, a sister society. I was drawn to Toronto in 1963 to work with Robert Tamblyn, an ASHRAE Hall of Fame member, and was he who convinced me to join ASHRAE in 1965. Yes, that's almost 6 decades ago. So why am I telling you all this? Because I really believe in the value that ASHRAE membership has brought me over the years. Through the technical resources, educational programs, committee memberships, and mostly, believe it or not, through the peer-to-peer relationships with you guys. It was through those affiliations and through engineering employment in London, Toronto, and ultimately Detroit that my career grew and I became chief engineer and ultimately president of Albert Kahn Associates, working with 400 architects and engineers for over 30 years. I retired in I retired in 2001, and at that time I established the Gordon Holness Charitable Remaining Unit Trust, using the I'm forgetting the right words here, but using my membership organization over those years as funding. I named that the primary beneficial of that charitable trust as ASHRAE because of how truly I believe in what this organization can do and can bring. In 2015, that trust allowed me to establish the first $200,000 scholarship fund for the Gordon Holness University Engineering Scholarship. And 5 years later, I established the $200,000 ASHRAE Technology Scholarship. So I truly believe in the work that ASHRAE does and the need to continually bring in new blood into this society. As I indicated, I retired in 2001, which I state euphemistically, as my wife will tell you, engineers never actually retire. But I had a great opportunity to work my way through the various committees and councils, and ultimately to the board of directors of ASHRAE, ultimately having the honor of becoming your president in 2009, 2010. It's also been an honor to work with all of our presidential members here. Some of you meet at the tables in front of you. I do want to make a shout out for the ASHRAE Foundation, and you've got members of the ASHRAE Foundation board right here, as well as amongst the presidential members. I've worked with them for over 20 years, and the work they do on behalf of ASHRAE and on behalf of you, the members, is absolutely incredible as they support educational programs, technical programs, research, and et cetera. Standing here today, I do not know how much longer my luck will hold and how many more ASHRAE member meetings I'll be able to attend in the future. So I decided it was time to fulfill the promise I made to ASHRAE back in 2001 when I set up the charitable trust. And so, as Dennis has indicated, I'm contributing $1 million to establish the Presidential Challenge, or to fund it. I'm going to give credit to Ginger Scoggins, who during her term set up the program. And again, the purpose of this program through these different chapters around the globe is to encourage new memberships and new ideas into the society. To those Yay members who are in the audience here, and I think there are a few, you already know the amount of outstanding work you do on behalf of the society, and I'm very confident that as the leaders of that program, the Presidential Challenge Fund, you'll do a great job in making that a success. As a society, we have many challenges ahead, whether it's related to we have many challenges ahead as it relates to climate change, indoor environment, or even the impact of AI. So I'm confident that ASHRAE can meet these challenges with the help of our chapters, our regions, and our society programs. Finally, I want to thank all of you in this room and all of those globally who serve this great society for everything you do. Keep up the good work so that we can continue to lead in environmental technology and fulfilling our mission. Thank you all again for your efforts on behalf of ASHRAE. This, for me, has been an experience and opportunity of a lifetime. Thank you.
At the beginning, on my presidential year, I announced the continuation of the Decarbonization Challenge Fund, which was established by presidential member Ginger Scoggins, under the Challenge Accepted, Tackling the Climate Crisis theme. Chapters were asked to implement local decarbonization projects that would make a difference in reducing greenhouse gas emissions in their communities and demonstrate our society's commitment to grassroots decarbonization efforts. This competitive grant program, implemented through the Young Engineers and ASHRAE Committee, or YAY, received 14 project submissions from 13 ASHRAE chapters this year. Now, we were able to award 7, ranging from $2,970 to $10,000, totaling $59,970 in awards. So at this time, I will announce the winning chapters, projects, and award amounts. If members of the winning chapters are in the audience, I invite you to stand as I call your chapter name. Please hold your applause until all of the winning chapters are recognized. And I know that never works, right? Cedar Valley chapter for the ULO Senior High School Solar PV Array. The project was awarded $10,000. Anybody from Cedar Valley? All right. Central Pakistan chapter for the solar-powered community fridge project. The award was in the amount of $2,970. Bangalore chapter for the Green Learn Innovative Decarbonized Net Zero Energy Cooling System for Sustainable School Demonstration Project. This project was awarded $10,000. Central New York chapter, in collaboration with Syracuse Habitat for Humanity, for a decarbonization project. The award in the amount of $10,000 was made. Nebraska chapter, for a project on thermal envelope improvements to a community nonprofit. The amount of the award was $10,000. Nigeria chapter for the Empower Flow, Young Engineers and ASHRAE Net Zero Decarbonization for Clean Water and a Greener Future at Oko Oba, Nigeria project. The award was in the amount of $7,000. And the Mumbai chapter for a project on the development of a sustainable campus through integration of rainwater harvesting system and tree plantation. The amount of the award was $10,000. So if you're in the audience, please stand up and let's give a big round of applause for our 7 Decarb Challenge chapter winners. And I'd like to say special thanks to the 14 members of our Young Engineers and ASHRAE Review Committee for your diligent effort in reviewing all of the applications. Decarb Challenge winners, if you would like a quick picture with the big check, please make your way to the stage right now while we eat lunch. Please enjoy your lunch. The program will resume shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back our host, Dustin McCauley.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this delicious lunch. At this time, I would like to announce our newly nominated slate of officers and directors for the 2025-26 Society Year. First, our Executive Committee nominees. Bill McQuaid, President. Sarah Maston, President-elect. Ashish Rakeja, Treasurer. Andres Sepulveda, Vice President. Trent Hunt, Vice President. Next, our Director and Regional Chair nominees. Heather Platt Gulledge, Region 4. Julia Timberman, Region 5. Maggie Moninsky, Region 6. Jason Alfonso, Region 12. Shin Lung Ong, Region 13. Pankaj Dakar, Region 15. Finally, our Directors at Large nominees, Steve Kuyat, Daniel Nall, Michael Pochak, and Martin Derrick, alternate DAL. Let's now welcome the Orlando Host Committee General Chair, Jason Alfonso.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Orlando Winter Conference 2025. And thank you so much for coming. Welcome to the City Beautiful. Orlando has been a great place for me over the last 20 years, and I wish to share some of that hospitality with all of you. So welcome to my city from the bottom of my heart. So we've had a great time, and I know you have a great time because we've had some record numbers at this conference. The welcome party had close to 720 attendees. The tours have all sold out. This presidential luncheon, all the way back there, was sold out. And our highlight, you don't have to miss this, our highlight is the event tomorrow night, which is also pretty much sold out. So make sure you get to that. We have a great band, and it's going to be a fantastic time. Please remember, tomorrow's event is it's a themed event, so you have your favorite theme park attire. Wear that and come to the party, because it's going to be a great party. So you can't do this work alone. This is an entire team effort that goes into hosting a winter conference. So I'm going to acknowledge at this point some of my team members who have just done a fantastic job over the last 13 months. So we've got, first I want to recognize the folks that have come before me as General Chair. Bill Dillard, he was my mentor and boss back in 2005 when he was General Chair, and in 2010. And then we have Wade Conlon. Wade was General Chair in 2016 and then 2020. So we talked about the committee that put this together. I'm going to have the two tables stand up. So right there, that's our host committee, and they all have these lovely green scarves, and then a table right here, which is our host committee. To all of you, thank you so much for helping put this together. This is a pleasure to lead you in this process. For the rest of you, you're coming back to Orlando in 2028. You're coming back to Orlando in 2032. So we look forward to seeing you then. Thank you, and have a great conference.
Thank you, Jason, and our sincere thanks to the host committee for all your hard work in organizing such a great conference here in Orlando. Every year, volunteers raise millions of dollars from members, corporations, and organizations to support ASHRAE's important programs, including research, scholarships, education, and YAY programs through the annual research promotion campaign. I would now like to introduce the 2023-24 chair, Akash Patel, to discuss the results of our 2024 RP campaign and thank our leadership RP donors. Please welcome Akash at this time.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's wonderful to see so many familiar faces and the new ones gathered here today. First and foremost, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all the supporters of ASHRAE's RP campaign. Your generous contributions and tireless efforts are the lifeblood of our mission. And to our incredible volunteers, thank you for your unwavering dedication and hard work. None of this would have been possible without you. When I first became involved with the RP at the chapter level volunteer 14 years ago, I could not have imagined the incredible journey that laid around. Over the years, I had the privilege of working along members, HVAC&R industry leaders, and partner organizations who continually go above and beyond their support for ASHRAE. Last year, as a chair of the committee, I was honored to witness our collective efforts culminate in raising $2.68 million, a milestone that speaks to the extraordinary commitment of everyone in this room. The ASHRAE RP campaign, thank you. The ASHRAE RP campaign has evolved to encompass much more than supporting the research program alone. It's about fostering innovation, education, and future leadership with our industry. Thanks to our generosity, we are not only advancing the ASHRAE's century-old tradition of groundbreaking technical research, but also empowering students through scholarships, supporting young professionals through YEA, Young Engineers in ASHRAE, and funding programs that shape the future of our field. Just last year, your contributions funded 76 ASHRAE scholarships and 41 vital research projects. You, our valued donors, continue to show your belief in power and purpose of ASHRAE's mission. Your investments drive innovation, education, and leadership development, ensuring that ASHRAE remains a beacon of progress in our industry. The RP Committee is profoundly grateful for your commitment to these initiatives that truly make a difference. I'd like to take a moment to shine a spotlight on the ASHRAE's annual leadership level donors. These visionary individuals, businesses, and organizations deserve special recognition for their extraordinary contributions. Their support fuels the future of our profession and underscores the importance of investing in innovation and excellence. The benefactor, Platinum Circle, and the Golden Circle investors form the backbone of our efforts. Through their annual contributions of at least $30,000 for the benefactor level donors, $20,000 for the Platinum Circle, and $10,000 for Golden Circle, these donors ensure that ASHRAE remains at the forefront of HVAC&R research and development. Their generosity is the cornerstone of our success and the reason ASHRAE research continues to thrive. Now, I would like to invite the donors and their respective representatives to stand as their company names are being announced. Please hold your applause until all the donors have been recognized. Let's take this moment to honor their exceptional support and celebrate the incredible impact they have made together. The Golden Circle level recognizes the donors who have made an annual leadership gift of $10,000 or more to the ASHRAE in a campaign year. Please join me in recognizing the investors who support ASHRAE at this level year after year. CFM Company. This is their 7th year as the Golden Circle. Carrier Corporation, through their endowment that generates annual interest, has been supporting research for the past 36 years. Thank you. Cougar USA, this is their 2nd year as a Golden Circle donor. Cyclone Energy Group joins the Golden Circle for their 2nd consecutive year. Being recognized for supporting ASHRAE for their 18th consecutive year, Gray Metal Products. Mike Hart is a member of the Austin chapter. He is also a longtime supporter of ASHRAE research and scholarships. He has a personal endowed research fund that he supports every year and has also committed to supporting his chapter scholarships and is an annual supporter of the Life Members campaign. This is Mike's 13th year of being recognized at the Golden Circle level. JMP Equipment Company is a loyal supporter of ASHRAE. This is their 13th year of leadership giving through the research program promotion campaign. Johnson Controls has been supporting ASHRAE at the Golden Circle level for 22 years. Also supporting the ASHRAE Research as well as ASHRAE Research Canada for inspiring 24 years, Nortec Air Solutions. Representing the combined efforts of two branches, Texas Air Systems is supporting RP at the leadership level for the 6th year. I would like to ask all the returning Golden Circle investors to stand one more time. Would you please join me in showing these generous businesses for individuals for the appreciation for their continued support for ASHRAE Research. Thank you so much. Next, we would recognize the returning donors who support ASHRAE with the gifts of $20,000 or more annually, the Platinum Circle. Returning Platinum Circle investors, please stand as I read your name. I'll ask the audience to hold their applause until the donors have been recognized. Aon, supporting research for 27 consecutive years. ASHRAE's Life Members Club has supported ASHRAE RP at the leadership giving level for 8 years. For an amazing 33 years, Train Corporate has been matching every employee's gift to the RP campaign dollar for dollar. We thank Western Mechanical Solutions, who has supported the RP campaign at the leadership level for 9 years. Now, I would like to invite our returning Platinum Circle representatives to stand one more time. Would you please join me in showing these companies our appreciation for their continued support at its programs. Next, we will recognize our returning donors for the benefactor donors supporting ASHRAE's with gifts of $30,000 or more for RP campaign. Please join me in recognizing Daikin Industries for their 28 years of commitment and generosity to ASHRAE. Thank you. Fortis BC Energy returns to the Benefactor Circle, a long-time supporter of the British Columbia chapter campaign. This is their 5th consecutive years of leadership giving to ASHRAE. This year, I have the honor of recognizing new ASHRAE investors at our annual leadership level. All of these donors have joined the ASHRAE's Golden Circle for the year 23-24. Bill Dillard, who is not here with us, is a familiar face to many here in the audience. He is an ASHRAE Life member and a long-time volunteer at the society level and for the Central Florida chapter. He has joined the Golden Circle of Donors for the first time, which he is valuable support for the research promotion campaign. Thank you so much. A long-time supporter of the ASHRAE Research and the Toronto chapter, HTS Engineering is joining the Golden Circle for the first time. We have HTS Engineering on stage, please. We are pleased to welcome another member to the ranks of the Golden Circle, Cheng Wee Leong, a member of the Singapore chapter, is no stranger to RP. He has served as both a chapter and society-level volunteer and is a dedicated supporter of ASHRAE scholarships and endowed research. Thank you so much. With a long history of supporting ASHRAE RP campaigns in Texas, Macmillan James Equipment Company has joined the Golden Circle for the first time. We welcome you and thank you so much for your generous gifts. Thank you again to these donors and for all the donors here for your loyal and generous support of ASHRAE's research, education, and all of ASHRAE's important programs. Thank you. And finally, I would like to recognize our invaluable volunteers. Every year, we present an award that recognizes the chapter with the highest overall amount of contributions collected during the last year's campaign. Named after one of the RP's most successful and dedicated volunteers, I'm pleased to present the 23-24 Bobby J. Vermillion Pinnacle Award to the Rocky Mountain chapter. RP volunteers raised more than $116,000 in contributions from individuals, organizations, and companies to support the ASHRAE's important programs. Thank you all again for your support. ASHRAE research and all the donor-supported ASHRAE programs would not be possible without you. Thank you so much.
I first met Dennis Knight during his time as a distinguished lecturer when he attended my region's chapter's regional conference. Once Dennis confirmed he was attending, he immediately volunteered to provide additional training for the regional and chapter leadership. Our director and regional chair gladly accepted his offer. For me, a recently minted regional officer, Dennis's passion for ASHRAE, especially his zeal for empowering and inspiring ASHRAE members, left an impression on me that has been instrumental in shaping my approach to serving our society. A few years later, as a newly elected director and regional chair, Dennis, now a society vice president, was again visiting my region's chapter's regional conference. As I recalled my experience from his previous visit, I was excited to hear his inspiring messages to our new group of regional and chapter leaders. Once again, Dennis did not disappoint, and throughout the conference, Dennis was consistently nurturing, encouraging, and challenging our chapter leaders on how to better serve our individual communities and members. Dennis has been at the forefront of advancing the critical issues facing ASHRAE and the HVAC&R industry. From being an early adopter of building modeling tools, to his time on the Epidemic Task Force, to his time leading a presidential ad hoc committee to investigate how ASHRAE could integrate artificial intelligence into our programs and procedures, Dennis has been on the leading edge of the critical issues facing our industry. Over the last 2 years, as Corinne LeBlanc and I had the honor of co-chairing Dennis's Treasurer and President-elect advisory committees, Dennis's zest for providing our industry with the tools and skills needed to incorporate the rapidly changing technologies that are revolutionizing the built environment was immediately evident. Dennis's passion for empowering members, as well as his zeal for embracing the transformative changes needed to advance our industry has been woven into his presidential message. I am excited to hear updates that have been accomplished thus far. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and ASHRAE family, it is indeed an honor and privilege to introduce you to our ASHRAE President as he delivers his State of the Society report. Please join me in giving a rousing welcome to our ASHRAE President, Dennis Knight.
Dear friends and colleagues, in Indianapolis, I shared that this year, my wife Cheryl and I marked our 50th wedding anniversary. A milestone that began with a Polaroid camera capturing our youthful faces and a drive-through honeymoon meal of 2 hot dogs. I also let you in on the secret to our lasting relationship. Investing in one another, staying committed, and having countless meaningful conversations along the way. This personal reflection brings me to our theme for this year: empowering our workforce, building a sustainable future. As a successful marriage thrives on shared dedication and dialogue, the future of our industry relies on dedicated investment in people, steadfast commitment, and the strength of open dialogue. Since we last met in Indianapolis, I have had the privilege of engaging with many ASHRAE members and industry leaders worldwide. I've participated in 8 chapters regional conferences, connected with more than 1,100 leaders from chapters, regions, industry, government, and academia across 11 countries, including the United States, Canada, Brazil, India, Pakistan, the United Kingdom, Japan, Denmark, Sweden, Cyprus, and Greece, and 13 U.S. states from South Carolina to California. These interactions have been far more than just meetings. They've been invaluable opportunities to listen, to learn, and collectively shape the future of our industry. But perhaps the most inspiring has been the chance to engage with over 1,500 students from our student branches in those 11 countries. Their enthusiasm and innovative ideas remind us why investing in people, investing in the next generation, is crucial. These conversations with our members, industry leaders, academics, and government officials have reinforced a critical truth. We face a workforce development crisis. The numbers still tell a compelling story. HVAC systems worldwide will triple from 2 billion to 6 billion systems by 2050, and nearly 2.5 trillion square feet of existing buildings need to be renovated. This unprecedented growth demands a larger, more diverse, and highly skilled workforce. Yet, paradoxically, we struggle to attract new talent. To address this challenge, it's critical to start early by engaging with our children about the opportunities that exist in this career path. By inspiring the next generation, we can build a pipeline of passionate and skilled professionals ready to meet the demands of this dynamic industry. So, why is this fast-growing industry, with its direct ability to address global challenges such as resiliency and public health, experiencing difficulty attracting new professionals? Part of the answer lies in perception. We need to clarify our message to emphasize our vision for a sustainable future where buildings are energy efficient, healthy, and built to endure and thrive in the face of evolving demands. Now, during my presidency, we've launched 3 key initiatives. Our Career Conversations video series has been a resounding success, featuring over 60 inspiring stories shared by ASHRAE members at various stages of their careers. These videos provide personal accounts of their career journeys, why they chose this field, and the opportunities they found in the HVAC&R and building sciences industry. The series was created to introduce, inspire, and invite others to explore this rewarding profession and showcase the authentic voices of our members. You can watch these incredible stories on the ASHRAE's YouTube channel and gain a deeper appreciation for the impact of our industry. In addition to our Career Conversation series, we also learned through the 9 finalists of the prestigious SIBC ASHRAE Graduate of the Year Award that our young emerging professionals can clearly articulate why our industry is vital, not just as a career choice, but as an essential part of creating a resilient and sustainable future. The SIBC ASHRAE Graduate of the Year Award celebrates the exceptional talent and promise of young professionals to advance building sciences and sustainability. The finalists for the 2024 award showcased fresh perspectives and technical excellence addressing complex challenges. They represent our next generation of industry leaders. The Society Year also saw our first ever Women in ASHRAE Leadership Symposium in Chicago. Yeah. Along with that, we saw the debut of the Young Engineer Student ASHRAE Empowerment Award. That's a word, right? This award recognizes a student who has made significant strides in advancing the role of women in the field through breaking barriers and inspiring others. The award honored a young professional who demonstrated outstanding leadership, mentorship, and impact within ASHRAE and has a vision for a broader impact for the building industry through STEM careers. Additionally, the recognition amplifies the importance of mentorship and the creation of supportive networks within ASHRAE and within the workplace. This is one more way in which our members are contributing to the development and growth of our workforce. For our second initiative, we established new member resource groups to strengthen connections and foster a sense of belonging within the society. These groups are designed as affinity groups, bringing together members who share common attributes, interests, and experiences. They provide a supportive space for collaboration, mentorship, and engagement within the society and the broader industry. By simplifying and expanding our opportunities for members to connect in meaningful ways, these groups play an important role in creating an inclusive and connected ASHRAE community. Our member resource groups are creating powerful connections. At our Young Professionals with Children MRG event in Indianapolis, participants were amazed to discover the vast networking opportunities within ASHRAE. As my good friend and ASHRAE Presidential member Tim Wentz, one of the facilitators, said, "You need to be in the room. It's a simple phrase that captures how ASHRAE membership opens doors and builds career through meaningful professional relationships. Finally, in our third initiative, we're making meaningful investments in professional development and modernizing our education delivery platforms to align with the evolving demands of the industry. As technology transforms HVAC&R, innovations like artificial intelligence and intelligent systems are driving greater efficiency and sustainability. ASHRAE is harnessing these advancements to enhance our educational resources and member support. A significant step forward is the development of a unified learning platform that will integrate ASHRAE's e-learning, instructor-led training, and self-directed learning into a single user-friendly, web-based system. This will streamline access to training materials, replacing the need to navigate multiple platforms. Additionally, our publication and education staff are exploring AI tools to make ASHRAE's extensive intellectual resources accessible and relevant. A pilot project is underway to test an AI-powered language model that will assist members in searching and utilizing ASHRAE standards and handbooks more effectively, ensuring timely and reliable support for members, industry, governments, and the public. In Indianapolis, I also shared with you that when I was 16, an engineer named Fred Howard visited my high school drafting class and offered me a job as a power plant piping systems designer. This opportunity, born from a company's commitment to workforce development, changed the trajectory of my life. Let me now share an inspiring story that exemplifies the power of investing in people. This amazing story was relayed to me by our esteemed Board Vice President, Devin Avalon, and it demonstrates how a chance encounter can ignite a passion for our industry in young minds. At the 2024 Region 10 CRC in Tempe, Arizona, Devin found himself in an elevator lobby with ASHRAE member Nicola Kravick and a young woman named Amelia, a mechanical engineering student at San Diego State University, and her mother. Amelia and her mother were at the hotel for other reasons and had never heard of ASHRAE. So what began as a simple explanation of the CRC Awards dinner evolved into an impromptu showcase of the exciting world of HVAC&R and the building sciences. Devin watched as a diverse group of ASHRAE members, including a young female engineer, a manufacturer's rep, and a contractor, passionately sharing with Amelia their experiences and the opportunities our industry offers. That enthusiasm was contagious, and Amelia was intrigued, and her mother was delighted at the prospect of her daughter discovering a meaningful career path. So following this encounter, Devin connected Amelia with our San Diego chapter. Her excitement had already inspired several classmates to attend the San Diego chapter meeting. Today, I'm thrilled to report that Amelia is now the treasurer of the university's newly established ASHRAE student branch. In addition, Amelia's classmate Emma has secured a position as a mechanical designer at a prominent San Diego design firm. Yeah. 2 hits. This story beautifully illustrates the impact of sharing our passion for ASHRAE and the HVAC&R industry. It's about creating welcoming environments and actively inviting young professionals to join our ranks. This is precisely what I envisioned when I challenged our members to shout it from the rooftops. Let's continue to inspire the next generation, building not just systems, but futures. Now, globally, I have had the honor of chartering our new Region 15, participating in the inauguration of a newly redefined region at large, and chartering a landmark Nordic chapter. These milestones set the stage for continued growth in membership and the advancement of our mission. We've engaged with over 100 business leaders, some representing companies with more than 100,000 employees, aligning with industry goals, with workforce needs, and ASHRAE's workforce development programs. The Workforce Development Summit in New York City was a resounding success, producing a real-time roadmap for addressing workforce challenges. This summit was tied to our Building Decarbonization Conference in New York, and it brought together stakeholders to discuss strategies for attracting talent to our industry and engaging them and maintaining them throughout their careers. The Workforce Development Roadmap has been distributed to our councils, our committees, and the Planning Committee, and is available for download for all of our members and our firms and our manufacturers at ashrae.org/president. The critical importance of workforce development, highlighted by the theme and the global demand for skilled professionals, led the Planning Committee to make it a central initiative in ASHRAE's new strategic plan. So looking ahead to the next 6 months as we move toward the end of this society year and beyond, I plan to continue to take our message to the streets every day and continue to meet with chapters, members, policymakers, and industry representatives from around the world. ASHRAE will be represented at ACREX 2025, South Asia's largest HVAC&R exhibition in India, and the CLIMA 2025, Italy's leading international scientific congress. In addition, we plan to create a Student Branch Advisors Forum for our more than 400 student branches to facilitate collaboration and cooperation among the many professors helping to advance research and technology within our industry. Finally, we're planning an event at Clemson University with our student branch there to host around 400 young people and career technical educators and professors from K through 12 districts, community colleges, and universities from within Region 4 to showcase the power of awareness and storytelling to introduce more people in my home state of South Carolina and Region 4 to ASHRAE and HVAC&R. We're delighted that we have guests here from the International Association of Sheet Metal, Air, Rail, and Transportation Workers this week, also known as SMART, which we are working with on training programs and joint chapter activities. We are excited about this partnership as it highlights the critical role of sheet metal workers in meeting design intent and fostering collaboration between trade professionals and design engineers. I'm also excited about their work on various standards and project committees and technical committees, as well as IEQ advocacy efforts within ASHRAE. With over 150 training centers across the U.S. and Canada, this partnership holds significant potential for strengthening workforce development and addressing future challenges in building performance and aligning curriculum with industry needs. As we look to the future, I call upon each one of you to continue to be passionate ambassadors for our industry. Share your stories, engage in conversations, and inspire the next generation of professionals. We need to demonstrate to the world what we do and the profound impact our industry is making today, and the even greater potential it holds in the future to address indoor environmental quality, sustainable development, and resiliency. Remember from Indianapolis, our lives succeed or fail gradually, then suddenly, one conversation at a time. The conversation is the relationship. I urge you to start these conversations. Start them with students, colleagues, employees, potential ASHRAE members, people on the elevator, and even your family and friends. Tell them why this industry is not just a profession, but a community of role models, mentors, and collaborators who inspire and support each other. We are having an impact and we are making a difference right now. However, we will need an expanded and more diverse workforce to meet the growing challenges ahead of us. So let's take pride in our accomplishments, our industry. Let's tell our stories, and let's grow our workforce. Together, we can build a workforce to drive the sustainable future that we all envision. Thank you. Now, I'd like to thank you for attending this presidential luncheon, and I invite you to make your way over to the Convention Center and spend some time at the AHR Expo. And be sure to stop by the ASHRAE booth today from 3 to 4 p.m. where I'll be present for a meet and greet. I've got a presentation over there too. That booth number is 3201. And then tomorrow, I will be joining HVAC&R organization leaders for a panel discussion on the state of the HVAC&R industry. The panel discussion will be held at 10 a.m. tomorrow in the West Building of the Convention Center in room 314. I look forward to seeing you at both events, booth and both. Again, thank you for joining us here today. Enjoy the rest of the day and enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.